Now, 28 innocent lives have been snuffed out in the Pahalgam massacre. But the tragedy is not just about the statistics. It is a harrowing, heart-wrenching story of 28 families being devastated, lives being changed forever. A trip to paradise on earth, leaving many with trauma for a lifetime. For IB officer Manish Rajan, the trip to Kashmir was meant to be a memorable getaway with family. A native of Bihar, Manish had been posted with the Intelligence Bureau in Hyderabad and had taken his annual LTC to go to Kashmir. The family was in the midst of enjoying the serene vistas of what is popularly called mini Switzerland when the horror unfolded. Manish was shot dead in front of his wife and children, who have now been safely rescued to Srinagar. If Kashmir is paradise on earth, Zero in Arunachal is not far behind. For IF officer Corporal Teague, a native of Zero Valley, a family trip to Kashmir was meant to be a sojourn from one paradise to another. The officer was serving in Kashmir and was posted at the air base in Srinagar and wanted to show his wife and brother the wonders of Kashmir Valley when his life was brutally cut short by a volley of bullets. Now, among the victims of the Pahalgam massacre is a young man from Kanpur, 31-year-old Shubam Duvedi, who had gotten married on the 12th of February this year and was accompanied by his entire family, including his wife, parents, sister, and 5 others on the trip to Kashmir. Shubham and his family were on horseback, ascending the hill when the terrorists asked for their names and shot him dead upon finding out his religious identity. The devastated family, which had reached Kashmir on April 17th, was set to return today to Kanpur. Only now they are returning with Shubham's dead body. 46-year-old Manjunath Rao from Shivamogga had taken his family to Kashmir to celebrate his son's success in the exams, a proud father marking a milestone with a family vacation. But joy turned into horror in Pahalgam. While riding through the valley on horseback, terrorists stopped them and asked Manjunath about his religion. When he replied Hindu, they shot him dead. His wife Pallavi, still in shock, recalls the moment when she asked the terrorists to kill her as well, but was told instead that she should go and tell the details of the attack to the Prime Minister. Among the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack was a 43-year-old man from Orissa, Prashant Satpati, an accountant by profession who had traveled to Kashmir with his wife Priyadarshini and their 9-year-old son for a highly awaited for family vacation. The family had arrived in the valley on the 19th of April, hoping for a peaceful escape amidst the scenic beauty of the mountains. Tragedy struck while they were alighting from a ropeway in the Baisran meadow, a picturesque off-road location in Pahalgam. It was there, in front of his wife and young son, that Prashant was shot in the head by terrorists. He collapsed instantly, leaving his loved ones in a state of shock and horror. 40-year-old Bitan Adhikari, a TCS techie based in Florida, had come to Kolkata on the 8th of April with his wife Sohini and their 3-year-old son to spend time with family. Last week, they left for Kashmir for a short vacation, planning to return on Thursday. But tragedy struck in Pahalgam's Baisran meadow, chillingly known as mini Switzerland. While the family was sitting on the grass, armed men appeared and asked, "Who is Hindu? Who is Muslim?" Before they could react, the terrorists opened fire. Bitan was shot dead on the spot, right in front of his wife and child. What began as a peaceful family getaway ended in bloodshed, leaving Sohini and her son with unimaginable grief. Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, a 26-year-old Indian Navy officer from Karnal, Haryana, was among those killed in the horrific terror attack in Pahalgam. Just 5 days ago, he had tied the knot. He was on his honeymoon, taking a short break from duty after serving in the Navy for 2 years, posted in Kochi. Originally planning a trip to Europe, the couple couldn't get a visa and chose Jammu and Kashmir instead, a last-minute change that turned tragic. What was meant to be the beginning of a new chapter turned into a devastating end. Vinay was gunned down in cold blood, leaving behind a grieving wife, family, and a stunned defense fraternity. A young life full of promise, cut short by senseless violence. With that, we're taking a very short break, but do stay tuned for more updates.